So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Cynthia aka CJ, and welcome to the Myth Busting Mayhem Part 1. So let's go. Okay guys, so I kind of went on my Instagram and asked people the kind of myths that actually people say in Nairobi. Yes, Nairobi is an urban center with like towers, roads, expressway and everything, but where? Watu kunje ni waongo. Like, people actually believe some stuff about health that are actually misconceptions or myths, whatever you want to call it or refer to it. But yeah, so today we're going to be busting 5 myths I've actually had in Nairobi. And then for the next part, you can actually comment any myth or misconception you've had around Nairobi. And then we can actually come and clarify together. So let's get on to myth number 1. Okay, so let's start with myth number 1. So myth number 1, people actually believe that you're actually supposed to take 8 glasses of water per day. Okay, if any of you know actually anyone who takes 8 glasses of water per day, able tell them to comment or even come and ask, because I've literally noticed that people actually take a lot of water per day. People are actually physically active. Someone who's maybe running or someone who's working, those people will get thirsty and they'll take like, okay, not per se 8, but let's say 6 glasses of water. And people usually think like 8 glasses of water, you see the small teacups people usually, that's not a glass of water. A glass of water, let's say 200 to 250 ml of water. Yeah. But you should actually realize that for the water you usually take, you see the drinks you usually take, the coffee, the juices, any sort of drink that you take, it actually has a content of water inside it. So actually saying that you take 8 glasses of water when you're taking other drinks, that is actually kind of impossible. And also taking water when you're actually staying 24 hours in the house, that's kind of impossible because you're not working, you just seated down, you won't even think of drinking water. And also the weather sometimes actually affects how you drink water, because in the sunny days you're usually sweating, you're losing a lot of water, you'll actually drink a lot of water. But let's say it's cold, you're not sweating, you're actually in your duvet, that's actually impossible to take 8 glasses of water. So the advice I'd actually like to give people is, if you're actually thinking of taking 8 glasses of water, you should actually try to count that in the days that you're actually doing something physical, and then you compare to the days that you're actually in your house chilling with Netflix and everything. Just compare the 2 days. You actually realize that when you're working, you'll actually take a lot of drinks, a lot of water, and that might actually get to 8 glasses of water per day if you're counting all the drinks you're taking. But when you're actually doing Netflix and chill at home, you might even take 1 glass of water per day, honestly. So people, okay, water is good. I'm not like telling people to like don't take water, or because I said 8 glasses are impossible, like I can actually take 2. No, if you think you can actually take 8 glasses of water, but personally I actually think that 8 glasses of water is kind of an exaggeration for people. So the amount of water you take, just ensure that it's actually adequate, and actually listen to your body, because your body tells you if you need water or if you don't, because you'll get thirsty. That is your body telling you, I need more water to compensate. So actually listen to your body and drink water. Don't come telling me I incited people not to drink water, because it's impossible to take 8 glasses of water per day. But yeah, I hope that's clear. But so let's just head on to myth number 2. So for myth number 2 is this being about malaria. When people actually relate malaria to like eating mangoes or taking something cold like ice, or even like staying in a place that is cold gives you malaria. That's the biggest and funniest myth I've ever heard, because why would you relate something cold to malaria? Okay, I get the thing that people, when you get like a sore throat or a flu, you have fatigue, you have body pains, you have headaches. So those are kind of the symptoms of malaria, but it's not actually malaria that you have. Everyone knows, okay, even if you don't, malaria is actually caused by the mosquito. So when you're saying I ate a cold mango, it's literally like you're mocking the small mosquito that is giving you malaria. Like, I don't know why people relate to that, but unless you get bitten by the specific mosquito that causes malaria, it's actually difficult for you to get the malaria. So when you take something cold, don't criticize it at when you take something cold you get malaria. No, you actually get a brain freeze. Let's say it's ice cream, brain freeze, or you'll actually get like maybe if your tonsils are sensitive, they'll actually get swollen, that kind of stuff. But cold drinks don't actually bring malaria, so people should actually stop confusing and stop criticizing the people like me. Like, how you put ice in your drink, that drink will actually be so enjoyable. So stop being critics, people, and actually, I don't know, like, even unless you go to a place with like malaria prone areas, even you'll get the malaria. But if you live in places like Nairobi, there's no malaria in Nairobi. And then, okay, yeah, there are mosquitoes, but they are not even the mosquito carry the virus. Unless the mosquito has the virus, even they can give you the malaria. But if they don't have it, you won't even get it. And they're very different species of like the mosquitoes. It's really hard to differentiate them because they're so small, but they're so very different. So not even all mosquitoes will give you malaria. Of course, they have to feed. So I don't know why. This is actually a very big thing that actually people should know. So stop being critics about cold stuff. Cold stuff is actually nice because some doctors actually recommend like ice cream and cold yogurt when someone goes for a tonsillectomy. But yeah, I think that's it for the malaria myth. So I don't know. I hope I did it clearly and it's actually understood. So no more critics. Like no more. Like from here on out, if you say this, don't be a critic about cold stuff. Okay, so now we're going to do myth number 3. So myth number 3 is this thing I usually hear people say, like, I want to lose weight, and then they usually starve themselves. They're like, if I just eat breakfast today, I'll actually lose weight. Girl, no matter how much you actually starve yourself, do you actually know your body will actually overcompensate for the food you're actually going to eat? Let's say you miss breakfast, you're going to overcompensate with the food you're actually going to eat during your lunchtime. Okay, the logic behind that is that, okay, let's say you starve yourself, your body will not have the amount of sugar you need to produce the energy and all that kind of stuff. So your body will actually go to the reserves, the muscles, the fats, and then now it will break that to give you energy. You'll be like, oh, Mrs. Kinza, and then at sijakula. But actually your body is actually breaking down even more of the food you actually store in your body. So the time you come and eat lunch or break time at 10 or something, you'll actually be very hungry. And even check the food you eat, it's actually like twice the amount of food you are supposed to eat during that lunchtime compared to when you ate breakfast. You'll actually eat a small portion of food. So that's actually a big myth. Starvation won't actually give you weight loss. The only thing that can give you weight loss is exercise and maybe regulation to the amount of food you eat. So let's say you're eating like ugali with vegetables and then maybe add a protein. You're supposed to actually limit the amount of carbs and then like add the amount of vegetables you're having. And then even for the protein should actually be minimum because protein, the bodybuilding, we all learned that in like primary. So the bodybuilding stuff about protein. So the protein should actually be minimum with the carbs, and then the portion of your food that's actually supposed to be a lot is the vegetable part if your goal is to lose weight. And also you can't just say you eat well without exercise, you won't lose your weight. So if anyone out there is actually trying to lose weight, stop the myth like if I starve or if I don't eat I'll lose weight. You'll overcompensate later and you'll even gain more weight. So if you want to lose weight, just regulate your diet and make sure every diet you eat is balanced diet, so that you actually get the nutrients while you're trying to lose your weight, and also exercise. And it's consistent exercise, not saying I'll run today, tomorrow you're too lazy, then you run on Wednesday. That won't work for you. And then also the type of exercise you do actually matters, because depending on where you want to lose weight, it's actually how you're supposed to do your exercise. When you actually go to the gym for the first time, they really ask you what kind of exercise you want to do. There's the exercise of like the arms and the biceps, the legs. Then there's the exercise that actually helps you to lose the fat that's actually in your chest area, your abdomen. So actually, depending on what area you want to lose fat, it will actually tell you. If you run, you'll actually gain more muscle through your limbs. If you lift weights, depending if you lift weights with your, the leg thing that usually like lift weight with, or your hands, you'll actually gain more muscle on your hands. And then like the sit-ups, I don't know what the jumping jacks, that one actually can help you lose weight through like your body, abdominal parts to lose weight, because that's actually one insecurity that most girls have with their like abdominal fats. So regulate your diet, increase the amount of vegetables, reduce the amount of carbs, reduce the amount of protein, and add a lot of fruits into your diet, and also water. So with a lot of fruits, with a lot of water, you'll actually be gaining satisfaction, and then at the same time you're actually limiting the amount of food that actually gives you weight. So that's the myth. So anyone out there who's actually trying to lose weight, follow the advice, and I'm telling you, you won't regret it. And then for myth number 4 is, this is actually a diabetic topic, in that people actually think when you get diabetes, you're actually supposed to avoid sugar completely. But that's a lie, because you can't actually avoid sugar if you're eating carbs. By carbs, I mean carbohydrates. So yes, you'll be a diabetic person, but you can't tell me you'll avoid ugali, rice, that kind of stuff. So the key point when you have diabetes is to actually reduce the amount of sugar you're taking, because your body is actually having a lot of sugar. So your job is just to regulate. And you know how people think like this brown bread, the zero sugar Coca-Cola things, those things have sugar. I don't know why people believe that because it's called zero sugar, it doesn't have sugar. It's Coke and it's soda. Those things have sugar. So people should actually stop that. Actually, because it's called brown bread, it's brown, it doesn't have sugar. It's still carbs, it has sugar. Any carb that you actually eat, it's actually made of sugar. I don't want to break it down because it's kind of a long story of like monosaccharides, disaccharides, that kind of stuff. So I don't want to break it down because some people will actually get confused. So what I'm actually trying to say is, if you're a diabetic person, you have to regulate the amount of sugar you take. And that's why people are actually put on a diet if you have diabetes. And people don't follow it, or they follow it but they're like, the brown bread, the zero sugar Coca-Cola, they don't have sugar, but those drinks will actually give you ketoacidosis, and you'll actually find yourself in the ER and you're like being given water, you're unconscious, you're confused. So anytime you have diabetes, try to regulate the amount of sugar you're taking, but you can't avoid sugars completely. That is kind of difficult. It's like someone telling you, any carbohydrate just stop eating. And I don't know if anyone will actually survive without taking carbohydrates, because they're actually the main part of foods people actually take. So that's myth for like avoiding sugars completely. It's not true. Just regulate the amount of sugar you take and stick to your diet, and stop trying to like, just because you're craving something, you take it. Just trying to convince yourself it doesn't have sugar. People, I don't know, I've seen a lot of cases of ketoacidosis, and people actually say, oh, I ate this, I ate very well, I ate brown bread, and they're actually getting their sugar so high, and then they miss their insulin taking. So you actually get a lot of complications, and diabetes has a lot. Maybe we can actually do a topic on diabetes. So if you actually want to hear a topic about the broad and actually a wide more concept of diabetes, just leave a comment down below and we'll do it. And then for the last myth, so the last myth is the one for vitamin C. People, well, I don't know why people usually think that taking anything with vitamin C, the lemons, the pineapples, that it will actually cure your flu. That's actually a very common one that actually see even people in like the middle levels or even the upper levels kind of confused. Vitamin C actually increases your immunity, but it can actually slow down the bacterial viral flu that you're having, but it will not actually cure it. It will just boost the immune system. So vitamin C is actually supposed to be used as like a prophylaxis, like a prevention before you get a flu, because it will actually boost the immune system in such a way that when you get the virus or the bacterial infection, your body will actually fight off the flu. So people should stop at saying, oh, I'll take ginger, I'll take lemons, I'll take. That won't help you when you have a flu. Anytime you have a flu, just go and actually get the antibacterial, antivirus, or you can actually go to the hospital and just kind of get treated. But if you don't try and just go to a pharmacy, just get the antibacterial, the antivirus, that will actually clear the flu completely. But don't stay home at saying I'll take my lemon water and then I'll be cured of my flu. That's actually, I don't know even want to comment about that, but that's actually a lie. Vitamin C is an immune booster. It's not a cure for your flu or for any other, like sore throat, that kind of stuff. That's a bacterial infection, so you need antibacterials. Or if it's a viral infection, you need antivirus, depending on which one specifically. But yeah, I think that's the 5 myths we're going to cover for part 1. So I hope everything is clear. If anyone needs any more like explanation on any of the myths, just comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in my next vlog. Okay, just comment down below, like, subscribe, and comment, and hit that notification button to get the next notification when I post the next video. And I think I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye.